everybody. I'm Hillary Atkin from the Atkin Report, and I'm so excited to welcome Bryce Leatherwood from The Voice to this edition of Hillary's Happy Hour. Bryce, how are you doing?
Hillary, I'm doing great. It's such an honor to be on here and get to talk to you. You're an incredible human being, and I'm just so happy to share my story.
Oh, thank you so much, Bryce. First off, I've got to congratulate you on winning your knockout and moving on to the live shows.
Well, thank you. It was a tough round, going against two incredible artists, Kate and Jay. They're absolutely incredible in their own right, and it's a tough choice, especially when, Kate killed it. And so did Jay, and it's just I'm just so blessed. That's all I can say. I'm just blessed.
Well, what was it like for you standing up there with these other artists and Blake announced you as the winner after your performance of Colder Weather?
I dropped to my knees. I lost. I lost it. I had no idea that. I thought I was going home, and I was comfortable with it. I was content because I was so happy with all the opportunities I'd gotten so far, and the last thing I expected was to move on to the live shows. So I'm just beyond blessed. Beyond blessed.
It's going to be exciting, but before we talk more about that, let's rewind your blind audition of Goodbye Time. It's by Conway Twitty, and Blake Shelton also covered it. And you got Blake, Gwen, and John to turn for you. How did you make your decision? And was it what you envisioned would happen?
That's a great question. That song means so much to me because I grew up on it, and when I saw Blake turn around, I lost my breath. I don't know if you picked that up in the song, but I had to find a breath somewhere to grab because I was so taken aback by it. Uh, what really surprised me is seeing John and Gwen turn around. I was only expecting if I was to get a chair, it'd be Blake, and to see three of the four judges turn around, it melted my heart, to be honest. But I was almost going to go Gwen. Most people don't know that. There's a little inside thing. Gwen was fighting so hard for me. She fought for, gosh, it felt like 5 minutes trying to get me to go on her team, and but I knew where the country knowledge where it laid, and that was with Mr. Blake Shelton. And if a coach turns around when you sing a cover or a version of their song, you got to go with it. You got to go with them.
You're right, Bryce. There's no other choice. That was
There was
pretty
no other choice.
obvious. But let's talk about the opportunity you've had of working with Blake and also his advisor, Jimmy Allen. So tell me some of the things you've learned from them.
One of the things I learned mostly from Jimmy, and first off, what an incredible artist he is, and the waves that he's making in country music are just incredible. What I learned from Jimmy was he just said, carry yourself, just be who you are and carry yourself as the man, as Bryce Leatherwood, the person you are, and that really spoke a lot to me. And Blake reassured me with that same lesson too, and he just said, project your voice, and because it's a voice that people need to hear. So very humbling and very awesome tips from those two.
I'm sure you also took some of those tips into your battle with the Dries when you guys did Red Dirt Road. So you obviously enjoyed working with them, and it was sad to see them go home. But let's talk about, that experience and also the camaraderie that you've developed with the other artists on The Voice.
Oh, the battle rounds, that's what people I think misinterpret when it comes to the show. You're not really battling, you're becoming a team. And with the Dries, they are some of the most incredible human beings I've ever met. They were like my parents out here. They took care of me, they fed me, they took me out every 15 to 20 minutes, did a good job with me. But they're talented. They've been in this business for a lot longer than I've probably been alive. But just wow, what incredible people to work with, and that's a part of the show that I wish people got to see more of, which was the biggest takeaway from being out here and doing this whole thing is the people you meet and the relationships you make out here, because it's so rare you get an opportunity to meet all these artists from all these different kind of backgrounds. It's incredible, and I'm just so happy to have experienced that with the Dries, and that they got to be saved by Blake and got another chance to go out there and and perform in the knockouts.
Well, you've been performing for a long time and playing guitar as well. So tell us a little bit more about your musical background.
Well, I started playing this little place back in my hometown. Started playing there pretty much every other weekend whenever they let me come play. I was always begging because I love playing so much. And that's where I kind of broke through my stage fright a little bit, and then went off to college and didn't really play for the first 2 years of college. Didn't really have a desire. And then I found out that once I turned 21 that I could go play at bars and get paid and drink for free. And I was like, man, that sounds like a good job. So I started playing 2 to 3 times a week and putting in 3 hour shows and doing all these kind of shows for these college kids. And that's where I kind of really started understanding, like, man, I could do this. I could do this. This seems like a good job.
Well, obviously it is. It's been great for you. And talk to us about the support you've received from your family, your friends, and your fans.
My family is so proud of me, and it's such a blessing to be able to let their voices be heard too. Because they've seen me grow up from a little toddler to the man I've become, and I owe every bit of my success to my family. And I have such a great friend group. They're incredible people, and it's just so cool to see all the responses from people from my hometown to Statesboro, Georgia, and Macon, Georgia, all around. It's all love, and it's an honor. It's incredible. I couldn't be more happy.
It was so much fun to see your parents during your blind and the emotion they expressed, and it was just joyful. So you're obviously blessed with a great family, and I want to wrap up our happy hour, Bryce. I want to lift a toast to you and your continued success on The Voice.
Yes, ma'am. Cheers to y'all. Thank y'all so much, and thank you for having me. Cheers.
Thank you.